Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And I'm your host, DBoss, of course. And just before you start to watch, if you have your phone in your hand or you have anything in your hand, subscribe to the YouTube channel, DBoss Networks. Just look for it. You know, just click. It's the lady with the little hat. That's my emblem. And also for the people that come on, like their stuff, go on to their channel. Just takes a second. You're just trying to get things, a lot of people want to see their stuff and everything, and then they don't like it or they don't make a comment and they don't say anything. So at least I got that out the way. Okay, but anyways, I have a very special lady here today, and she is going to be a part of sinfam.ca. That's SinFam is a film festival that's holding on the October the 23rd to the 30th, and it's for women of color creators. And it's going to be a great thing. So if you guys want to get any information, you can go on sinfam.ca and you'll see all the information. If you want to get your tickets, you want to register, you want to see what's happening, or you want to look at see all the female women of color creators, that's the place to go. But now I'm getting back to the lady that's coming on today. So she is a model. She's an actress. She's been doing it. She's been in several different films. You see her a lot of different places and a lot of big buzz that's going on. So we want to find out today, who is Tanika Davis?
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question. There's many layers to this onion.
Hi, how are you? It's a loaded question. Well, that's what you got to do. It's Real Life Matters.
Well, currently, I would say I'm a girl on a spiritual journey, to be honest, and it led me to become an actress. And so I feel like, I've been on this journey of like self-discovery and growth, and somehow it has led me to the media, which is strange enough. I was always that little girl who loved reading books and telling stories and, kind of playing make-believe on my own and stuff. And I think one of the first games that I actually did was modeling. I remember at the time I had all my girls line up and we were doing runway modeling, and I was like, some girls are going to be the music and some people are going to be fashion models and do that. So I feel like I was always kind of that person that, kind of had a vision and an imagination to create narratives and stories and do make-believe, right? So that's kind of led me to this journey right now where I get to do that as my job as an actress, which it's curious. It's a process of discovery, I want to say. I feel like right now I'm at a place where I'm just starting to expand and grow and really figure out how many things I can do creatively. Didn't realize how it was all going to come together. At first I started off as a tomboy that just wanted to fight boys, and then that led me to Taekwondo, and I started doing martial arts and started kicking butt in a ring in a controlled atmosphere, of course. Right? And then all of a sudden I was just, I was doing that to motivate people, where I was like, okay, now I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to teach people kickboxing classes, to great music. And then all of a sudden it was like all those skills got used on Jupiter's Legacy, and it ended up fighting supervillains on this show. As a boxer.
Well, we're going to step back a bit from that. So what's your background, Tenika?
My background, my parents' background is Trinidadian. I'm Canadian born and raised, but culturally, I would say that our background is more Trinidadian. So we like, our roti, our doubles, that's.
Well, a lot of people out there like that too. I love it.
Exactly. Our roti, our doubles, and definitely like music, and we like dancing. So that's where I found most of my focus. And actually, my stepdad, he's Jamaican as well too. So big ups to all the Jamaicans out there. I'm coming straight. Definitely appreciate my cultural background, and I think that's one of the parts of being Canadian, that we actually get to embrace our background and really learn about it and stuff like that. So I'm very, very feeling very blessed that I have two different sides that are very different, and I get to appreciate them both.
So have you been to Trinidad?
Oh gosh, man, mash up the place. I did carnival, all of that sort of stuff. You better believe Saldana, I was playing in mass.
Right? You play? Oh, I heard those roots down there very long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So in Toronto, we have a Caribbean carnival and it lasts for a few hours, but in
Yeah.
Trinidad, it is 2 weeks of partying nonstop. And literally that road that you're marching on, it goes on forever. Even my little niece, I mean, we brought her one year and at the time she was 15 years old and she was like, "Are we gonna be done yet? We've been walking for hours and hours and hours." I'm like, "No, just listen to the music."
You really have to psych yourself out when you're doing those kind of carnivals. You have to really like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this and I'm going to get over with, and make sure you have comfortable shoes.
Well, yeah, I consider it training more than anything else. So I'm just like, this is a part of my physical workout. If I could do that to music, that's even better.
I know, because when you come back from that, you're just like, oh my gosh, did I actually do this or not? You don't know if you're hungry, you're tired, or you're everything. You have all these emotions in you all at once.
Exactly. But, I do find I am very blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be able to go to Trinidad and experience the roots of the culture. So, big ups to the whole Trini Massive, TNT. Through and through, absolutely love it, sort of thing. And yeah, I would love, once the pandemic and everything is over and we get a chance to travel and stuff like that, that's one of the first places I'll be heading back to.
Wow. Well, hopefully maybe, I don't know if it's going to be for this next year, but we'll see. Because Carnival is in February, right?
Trinis everywhere are dying to go and party from Canada. So I don't, in Trinidad, they're probably still going there, but it's just right now, I think that everybody's kind of just needing to congregate and just be with other people right now. So, I'm really excited for that.
All right. Well, Tanika, can you tell us what films you've starred in and who you've worked with, which actors you worked with?
Okay. Well, so just recently I did, I started my own film. So I literally got cast to play a bride in a Lifetime film called The Perfect Wedding. Why this was a bit serendipitous is my production company that I actually started a couple of years ago is called Perfect 10 Media Productions. So when this project, kind of fell in my lap, I knew that it was for me. I mean, as I said, I'm very spiritual. So, before I do anything in life, I'll always pray and meditate and kind of get the vision before I actually do something. And then it kind of shows up. I feel like it attracts itself to me. So in my mind, I was like, what do you want to do? I'm like, not enough Black people are seen in bridal, domestic type situations, right? So I was just like, I feel like that's a story that I would love to be a part of in film and television. And then lo and behold, this opportunity ends up coming, and I ended up starring as the bride of this film in a thriller. So it is something where she is.
It's a thriller?
Oh yeah, she has a few obstacles she goes through to get to that altar, believe me. So
it's called The Perfect Wedding.
Yes, that is The Perfect Wedding, and I star in that film. So that was very exciting. Other than that, I've had the privilege of working, and to be honest, the honor of most of the, I guess I want to say celebrities or people just I looked up to growing up in film and television. So I have, been able to work with one of my icons that I had on my vision board for years, Angela Bassett. She was amazing to work with. She kind of showed me what it takes to be on that level. So I feel like that was the first project that I had right out of the gates. Angela Bassett, I was up there, also with another peer of mine, Megan Good. We've had a lot of time together.
Oh, you worked with her. How was it working with Vivica Fox? How was it? Angela Bassett. Sorry,
Angela Bassett. Yeah. So Miss Angela, she's a titan. That's the only way I could say it. To me,
wow,
she's a hero because I was like, literally, this woman is educated. She is beautiful. She is so talented. I don't think many people know this, but she actually went to the Yale School of Drama, graduated with honors from that program, and then went on to continue her career. She's done absolutely everything. So sitting beside her and just being able to, kind of via osmosis, I believe at first, I just kind of tried to sit in her energy. And I was like, if I could just, have some of that strength, that would be great. And so I think, for starting off as, an actress, to be able to have the opportunity to work with people who have such longstanding careers and stuff like that really did. It kind of groomed me and helped me to be able to learn what it takes to be in this industry. So she's a blessing, and she's incredibly talented, just a titan. And, it's kind of cool right now that I think about it, but she gave me so many tips and tricks that I should do just to make my life easier as an actress. So one of the things she told me right off the bat was, you know, just make sure you get your facials, make sure you moisturize. And I was like, you know what? Your skin, you, in my mind, Angela Bassett, like, listen, I've been obsessed with vampires since I was a little girl, but in my mind, she is like the real life vampire just because she doesn't age. Right? So I was like, whatever beauty tips and advice you have to give me on what to do with your skin to take care of yourself physically and stuff, because you know she had those muscles and how Stella got her groove back. I just listened. I listened and I tried to absorb as much as I possibly can. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have been able to work with her.
And what about Megan Good?
Oh, Megan Good. So my girl, she actually, so I'll be honest, in the first project that I had, I was coming straight out of a 4-day intensive acting class and somehow ended up getting this role, right? So on the first day of set, Megan actually sat me down and she was just like, I can tell you're new, right? She was like, I can tell you're new. Don't tell the producers and directors that. Come to me and ask any questions. And she was just so loving and so helpful with everything that I needed. If I had any questions, you know, sometimes you're afraid because you're new and you don't really want to ask the questions and stuff. So having someone like her just beside me, you know, support me and be there throughout the journey sort of thing, really helped me understand what it takes, the type of people that find success in the industry, if you know what I mean. They're often the people that are very generous, very giving, and want everybody on the team to do well. So that was my example that Megan Good provided for me. She was just like a loving sister. And up until this day, we stayed, you know, very close friends. I don't even consider her a friend anymore. She's my sister, my spiritual sister.
Oh, wow.
Right? So yeah, we stayed in contact. I was actually at her wedding and, you know, we stayed in contact throughout this whole journey and stuff. And she's always been a big fan to really support me in any projects that I've had. So that was another blessing that came from being able to do that project with her.
And who else you work with?
Oh gosh. Well, of late, actually, I don't know whether you guys, the audience has watched The Crown, but I've had the opportunity to be able to work with some pretty amazing British actors. So on Jupiter's Legacy, our leading cast, I'll just name them off from the top, but first person, our star of the show was Josh Duhamel. And as we know, he's stunningly gorgeous, you know, has been a leading actor for a very long time. So for me, I was like, professionally, I just have to make sure that, you know, he is my colleague sort of thing. But, you know, behind the scenes, I was just like, he's absolutely beautiful. And I was so blessed to be able to look at him and work with him. Right. So he was our star of the show. And, you know, he's gone on now. I believe he has a movie coming out with J-Lo now that he went on to star in. So yeah, he's doing great in that industry. And then Ben Daniels is the British actor that I was speaking of. He just schooled me on what it takes to, you know, the British actors are very disciplined and very trained. And so I found working with him, watching him switch from a British accent to a North American accent, specifically American, was mind-blowing. I was like, we need to up our game in Canada, in the United States and stuff like that, because the British people, they are learning us. They are learning us through and through. So that really
that's what so they're learning how we speak.
Oh, they're taught it in school. They're taught it in school. Exactly. They have a class,
that's good to know.
American accent, right? So I was just like, it really showed me how much work ethic it takes to be able to embody that many languages, characters, accents, all of that sort of stuff. So I was just thought like, you know, I think as we start off, we're working, but as you learn and you move into new levels as an actress, as a creative or anything like that, you realize that there's always something to learn and there's always more work to be done. So I constantly stayed a student and kept myself training.
Well, that's a good standing point for you to stay like that, so you can always be open.
Absolutely.
To learning. And okay, so who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with?
Oh, juicy. So unfortunately, I had to take Angela Bassett down off my vision board because I was like, I worked with her. So I got that vision. So two other people, starting off, it's Viola Davis. If I'm really honest about it, I put her up on the vision board and like, I've been following her career since it's been projects that she wasn't even really recognized for, but I always saw the power that she has as an actress and just always appreciated her vulnerability and sensitivity. So I put her up on my vision board and I was just thought like, one day I would love to be able to play your daughter. Just anything, just be able to work with that woman because I think she's amazing. And we share the same last name. So
Oh, that's you know that.
Davis, you know, I could work with her at some point. I respect her so much as an actress, and I do really believe that, you know, her training, because I don't think many people know this, but she's trained in so many different things. She is a graduate of Juilliard and, you know, some of the top acting schools, and, you know, with her, you know, obviously many awards and accolades and stuff like that, I feel like she would just have some lessons to give me that I would just be so open to learning from her.
Wow. So how do you feel, you know, being a superhero in this film that's Jupiter's Legacy? How did it make you feel that you got selected to do that?
I don't have any words. Like, it's just, it literally was a dream come true. Like, as I said, you know, I was a little kid that was playing make-believe all the time, and one of the characters I always played was a superhero, right? So there weren't many that looked like me at the time, if I'm honest. You know, I feel like we're still lacking a bit of representation for Black superheroes. So,
wow.
You know, I was always looking to characters from X-Men. You know, I had Storm, and I held strong on Storm for a really long time because I was just like, but I was like, she doesn't fight. So then the next best character I had was Mystique because she was blue, and you know, and I was like, I'm dark as well too. So that kind of was my character. So it literally meant everything to be able to play this role or this character as a superhero, but also to provide an example for people, young people just like me, that were looking to have some sort of mentor, role model, just anything that they could aspire to be, to say that yes, they could have that dream and it would be possible. So it was absolutely amazing.
So describe your character in the film. Like, what is your superhero like? Is it strong? What's your powers?
Oh gosh, Petra, she's like super intelligent, super speed, super strength. She flies. She pretty much does everything that we would ever want a superhero to do.
Wow.
She fights. She's got super punches, and literally, she's got energy blasts that come out of her fists. So her power comes from the sun. Yeah, melanin. Yeah. So literally, but really, the character story is she's a daughter that really is looking for the love and support of her family, specifically her father. So I think that's what people can identify the most with, really understanding what it is to want our parents to be proud of us. And I think that that character got to go on that journey where she was able to experience defeat and then also have her father really build her up in that journey and that stuff, and also the love and support of all the people that she's around in the Union of Justice, which is pretty much like her family, all the other superheroes. So that was a cool story. I don't think that's been seen that much, especially amongst, well, we don't see much Black superheroes, but specifically looking at a family dynamic between them. So our story between my father and I in Jupiter's Legacy really highlighted the positives behind that, and the connection and the unity between, and the solidarity of family as well too, which I found was a bit of a unique story that we don't often see.
Wow. Well, I tell you, that's going to be is it out yet, the film, or it's just not yet?
Yeah, Jupiter's Legacy is streaming right now on Netflix, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. The Perfect Wedding is also streaming on Lifetime Network, so that's the movie network as well too. That's out as well too. And
it's Perfect Lighting.
The Perfect Wedding.
Oh, Perfect Wedding, because that's why I said, oh, Perfect Wedding.
Dress, made me look pretty, and gave me a husband. So
Perfect Wedding, and then I'm gonna watch that one. I'm gonna go watch that one, and the and Jupiter's. I saw it, but I wasn't sure who you know, until after I said, oh, it is her.
Yeah, you
that's playing in this.
I show up in a lot of different places. That's why I said, I'm like, it's never one thing for me. Sometimes I show up as a host. Sometimes I'm a model. Sometimes I'm an actress. You know, it's just really whatever God, the spirit, the universe has for me. I'm ready and available.
What's for you is for you.
Pardon me?
What's for you is for you.
Yeah, that's what I always say, right? And not one thing. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. So I always say that on this journey that I've gone through, you know, in entertainment and the media, I feel like I've branched off in so many different facets of it that it's really, I'm really excited to see actually what else I can do, right? Because I was like, for me, it was my heart and my passion was always just storytelling. Wow. Real life, thought-provoking stories. And so I feel like I'm there right now, and I feel like, you know, I guess I feel as though God's opened up the door to me being able to do things that actually have meaning and really do help to motivate and inspire other people to, you know, do the same thing with their life. You know, I'm just an average girl like anybody else from, you know, Toronto, Ontario. Actually, even smaller than that. I'm from Newmarket, Ontario, which is a very small town.
Well,
People
well,
don't make it to
those
Toronto
little
tomorrow.
those suburbs are getting pretty big now. So
Exactly. So, you know, when I lived there, it was very still small town country. I lived across the street from a goat farm. So, you know, to come from that and make it down to the big city sort of thing. And then from there to have the opportunity to be able to make it to the US and work in Los Angeles and have that opportunity. It's like, I'm grateful and I'm thankful that the universe and God chose me and that, you know, I showed up and did the work.
Oh, boy, it's been a pleasure. I'm telling you, I'm just talking to you. And, you know, a lot of people probably going to be saying, wow, you know, there's Tanika, you know, you're at his best right now. That's you. You know, you just gave it. You told everybody who you are and showed everybody who you are and where you're going. You know, so what more can we expect from Tenika?
Oh, gosh. Well, the sky's the limit. I know acting wise, there are a few projects. I definitely would like to be typecast in the sci-fi superhero fantasy world. I have bought myself a katana sword so that I could start training in sword fighting. The last project I did actually was Titans. So Teen Titans, if anybody knows, that's in the DC Marvel universe. We have an episode coming out where I will be using a sword for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh yeah, they gave me a sword. I was like, definitely appreciate that. But on a personal side, for some projects that I would like to be doing that, I actually want to start writing my own projects because I feel like people from Canada, there is a very unique way to telling stories from our cultural backgrounds, from, you know, just our experience as Canadians, being diverse, having such a multicultural society that we're living in Toronto. I feel like there's a unique narrative that needs to be told. And, you know, I can wait for someone else to write the story, or I can just tell my own story, right? So I think that's what's next for me. I'm going to continue on my writing projects and make sure that all that's inside of me gets out there. And, you know.
All right. So, well, so where can people find you if they want to book you, or they just follow you on social media?
Yeah. Okay. So they can find me on Instagram. It's at Tanika Davis 1. There's only one. You know, so at Tanika Davis 1, and then my Twitter as well is at Tanika Davis. So they can find me there if they want to get in touch or anything like that. But I am represented by Zero Gravity Management in the United States, and you know, for any bookings or anything of that sort, my manager is Andrew Edwards, and they can find me there as well too.
Oh, well, thank you, Tenika. It's been a pleasure. I'm telling you, it's been a pleasure hearing you. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. I'm Canadian, all Canadian born here. And I'm so proud that someone's from Toronto and you're all in Canada. Look, you're doing so much. And I'm pretty sure all our Canadians are going to be like, kudos.
You know what? It's been the biggest blessing. And, you know, if I could say anything to anybody who wants to get involved in this industry or anything like that, just pay your dues, do your work. Keep yourself ready and the opportunities will show up. It's just, you know, whether things align and you're actually ready when the opportunities present themselves. So more than anything else, I find this journey, it's just staying ready, no matter what.
Right.
Have faith. I'll be honest. It's a faith thing. You never know. But I always say you plant seeds in a garden, you might not see them grow immediately, but just keep watering them.
All right. Well, everybody, you stay ready and keep looking out for Tanika Davis. And I want to thank you, Tanika Davis, for coming on today and talking about this Real Life Matters. And you told people the real deal about what you went through, how to experience, you know, you're visionary and, you know, you pray and you spiritually put it out there and things come to you. So a lot of people probably going to be taking that into consideration while they want to do stuff. And I want to thank the viewers today for tuning in to Real Life Matters. And so anyways, bye for now.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem.